Okay, this is kind of the location that we're at. So I'm just gonna kind of pinpoint some location stuff right here, but right over there is immigration, ferry terminal, and then they're building a bridge all the way over there, and that's gonna go where to this island is that they built as well. It's also reclaimed land that goes to Hong Kong. And then that over there is the northern part of Macau, and we're basically on this kind of fast-moving road of Pac On. Check it out, Macau 2023. Check out some more streets. I'm kind of watching this whole family of dogs come across here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like at least 6 coming across, and there's even a little baby dog in there, like a little bit of a. So they're all coming across here, and so I don't know exactly where they're coming from, because back behind us is this bridge right here as well. So it's kind of interesting. Those dogs are kind of coming across here, and they're working their way along these rocks, and I don't know if they're going to go into that or where they're going to go exactly. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to grab my shoes and we're going to walk down this way, and I'm also going to kind of show you where we're at a little bit. And then we get started on our walk. I'm going to talk about this book as well. Just kind of show you where we are. And we're basically going to be coming down this way. And I'm going to pick up that Coke as well. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about this book because it's kind of interesting. I'm reading it along the waterfront here. All these billboards. And we're on Pac On. And we're going to kind of talk about some of the stuff that we see, including this stuff here. And I'm just going to also talk about the book, and I'm going to drink this cold Coca-Cola as well. Okay, there's more of our dogs. There's also kind of like an interesting bamboo post right there with a thing on it. I don't know if that thing fell from somewhere else. And we're going to see if the dogs, they might come up here, or they might, oh, they're going down that way. Oh, there's some cranes down that way. So yeah, there's a lot of like little ecosystem down here of stuff. Anyways, we're gonna walk down Pac On and kind of see how it's changed a little bit. See what we can see. Kind of interesting spot. There's Macau Tower way in the distance, so down there as well. These ones you can do a QR code and you can see what kind of tree it is. A lot of different background information. And while we're walking, what I'm gonna do is share a little bit of this book because it's kind of interesting. We're walking along the waterfront, and this particular writer, he wrote this book 100 years ago. And then Paul French, a British writer based in Hong Kong, Shanghai, he just republished it because there's a copyright laws for 100 years, and then you can 100 years later you can actually republish it again. So he did, and it has his travels in Macau and Hong Kong. So it's kind of interesting. I was just kind of looking at it here, reading it while I was here, and kind of seeing what he was talking about. And he describes the first time that he came to Macau and seeing all these gambling houses and opium and things like that, and just kind of coming across, and just how he would have came in. There's way over there, there's Macau Tower, and then on the other side, that's where the boats used to come in. And he also talked a little bit about Playa Grande, which is this main street that's that we can't see from here. It's like so much reclaimed land. But he would have came into the Macau side originally when he came into Macau, which is right across the waterfront. And I'm sure he would have saw this as well, this Taipa area that we're at. But Taipa, where we're at, would have had a completely different feel. It would have been oysters and firecracker factories, oyster farms, stuff like that. But anyways, it's pretty interesting because when he first comes in, he's talking about like these gambling houses and opium houses and sing-song girls. So I might maybe talk a little bit about it while I'm walking down on this road right here, which is Estrada de Pac On. And this road is basically connects to the bridge that comes in. I'm gonna see if these dogs might come up this way. There's like a little pack of dogs that are coming. They're all right there. There's about 6 or 7 of them all right there. So they're probably gonna be coming up this way pretty soon. And when they come in, they'll come in this way. They could go across and go over that way, but they'll probably come up. So I think I might try to get out of here a little bit. I don't want to have a pack of dogs behind me. And anyways, down here you can see part of this waterways and a little moat thing down that way. And I think what I'm gonna do, and there's also like some guys waiting for the buses right here. I'm gonna go over by these trees. I see a bus stop, got a pack of dogs behind me, so you might as well just go here, and I'll try to see if I can talk a little bit about it. Try to come across here. Now we're on Pac On, and it looks like this is like some sidewalk. It looks kind of a quiet space right here. So the roads are splitting right here on this Pac On. Yeah, actually this looks like a nice peaceful place right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk along this, and we're just going to kind of talk it through. And it's a little bit quiet, so now we can actually see what he's talking about when he came to the Macau. He's kind of talking about like the pastel houses, and they're kind of lined up in a certain way. So it's quite interesting. And then he's also talking about when he first came in, there's all these coolies, and he doesn't give them the nationality that they are, but it could be maybe African or Chinese, because there's a lot of Chinese coolies, and they would come in as well from parts of China they didn't expect it, and then they got sold to the New World. So he could have been talking a little bit about those particular ones. And he's also talking about the way that the clothing used to be. So like I guess he's meeting a friend of his, and the friend of his is let's kind of see what that is all about in there. The friend of his is a Chinese Hong Kong person, and I guess he studied in the West, and he has like Western clothing and Chinese clothing. And when he meets him in Western clothing, and I guess he said that he can't meet him in Chinese clothing because there might be some kind of backlash against that. This is kind of interesting. So we're gonna walk right up in here, and now I can see this road that's going to go up, and I think this road is going to go into that. So we'll kind of explore it and see what it's all about. And I don't know if I can go in there very far, but anyways, this book is from 100 years ago, so it's kind of interesting. Yeah, okay, now we can kind of see a little bit. So there's some big space here. I don't know what that space is going to be, but maybe it's for the train line. But you can see that road is now built, and it goes for up that way. It's a cemetery down that way. And I think what I'm going to do is just walk down this quiet road, and I'm going to walk back towards the waterfront. But just to kind of give you a little context, this is Pac On Road, immigration, airport is right around the corner, right there. You can barely see it to the corner. And then these train lines are right there as well. So I think what I'm going to do is just walk down, and I think I'm going to do a QR code as well. But I'm just kind of sharing a little bit about this book. He's also talking about the opium and the sing-song girls and stuff like that. It's really interesting what it was like 100 years ago. And he describes some gambling casinos as well, just as soaked in this blue smoke, pungent odor of opium, large table with middle-class Chinese in this kind of smoke light kind of look. And he describes it quite interestingly. And he also talks about the sing-song girls, which he describes them as kind of like a gaiji in Japan, and they would be the art of entertaining the men. And then some of the men would actually marry them as well. So I actually saw some pretty interesting details about that in this book. So there's a lot of kind of interesting stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end in a minute here. And yeah, this is the book, and we're on Pac On. And before we even go, what I'm going to do is also I'm going to show a little QR code thing. I'll show you how we're going to do it. So I have this phone right here, and what I'm going to do is go to my phone, and you can see it like this. And all I have to do is go like this, and I'm going to show you how this works here on Pac On as well. But now of course I can take a look, and I can see what this is. It's called a Chinese banyan tree, and I can see the flowering period, the fruiting period, so it's May, December, and that's what this is right here. So this tree here is that particular tree, a Chinese banyan. And if I want to, I can also see what it looks like in Chinese. So there it is in Chinese or in Portuguese as well. Oh, okay. Arvore de Pagode. It's like pagoda tree. So it has a completely different translation in Chinese, pagoda tree. That's interesting because these trees, these banyan trees are often like, that's interesting, pagoda. So pagoda tree is like Buddha's references to the temples. So it's interesting that they call it like that. Anyways, we're on Pac On. We're just gonna go across here real quick and just kind of reading this book over by the seaside, and thought I would kind of share a little bit of what Pac On looks like, how it's developing, how it's connected to those bridges, little pack of dogs that they just came up. So the dogs are now sitting on the sidewalk over there. And we're going to come on over here. And we're going to try to see if we can get across here real quick. So that's our major road right there. It's going to be, it's getting developed quite a bit. So this is just all the one-way traffic on that side, and then on the other side is the other one-way as well. So yeah, let me just kind of see what it says. A young American, Harry Harvey, dreamt of traveling to Asia in 1923. He arrived to spend time in Hong Kong, Macau, and Guangzhou. And yeah, he goes into the basement dives of Hong Kong's Kennedy Town, to the private dining rooms of Queens Road, and Macau's Praia Grande, to its Fan-Tan houses. So pretty interesting. So anyways, there's lots of kind of interesting books. You can find this one at the Portuguese bookstore, and I'm kind of giving it a good read at the moment as well. So that's Pac On Road, kind of a loud, busy main road that's going to be following the waterway, and it's being developed all the time. Riqueza. And that'll be it. So I hope you like that one. Okay, I guess I should leave it at this spot because this is kind of nice, because you have Taipa Centro and Macau. So these are basically the two main divisions of Macau, and the Macau side is over there, which is the peninsula, and that's the sign for Estrada de Pac On. And then Taipa is this area that we're on, which is kind of where everything is moving to, all the casinos and everything like that. Actually, there's just a lot more space to keep building on that side. So anyways, just Estrada de Pac On, and this is look at all those lighting for the billboards as well. That's kind of cool. Hello. That's pretty cool. That's she lives in Colovan. That's a really cool woman. So she's like running, does a lot of art stuff, athlete. So that was really cool. And over here is a motorcycle shop, so we're gonna end it by this motorcycle shop, because actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw this can over there. That was kind of cool. I'm gonna get rid of that, and that's gonna be the end of this video. So yeah, actually they got a little motorcycle shop right here in this little space. It's called Prosperidad, and I'm gonna get rid of this. So anyways, this whole street could also be filmed pretty easily as well. It's an interesting vehicle. So what I'm gonna do is just toss this in here real quick. Up, up. And that was it. So that was Pac On. Okay, we're gonna end the video right here. Actually, originally I was gonna read this book here, and because it's kind of a nice spot right here. It's like really cool with the shade, and then you also have this kind of really cool view. And originally I saw some dogs in here, so those dogs that I was watching at the beginning of the video, I guess they must have came around this way and they went in, so they were kind of hanging out in this little area. And there's a little camp here, similarly illegal probably, and they you can see little chairs and stuff out, and I guess they whatever, but that's right there in that space as well. So this is the Pac On. Oh, that's cool. There's a little ship right out in the water as well right there, right on the other side. Also, you see that a lot in Macau too. Little ships will just be right offshore, but they'll be, has a China flag and all this waterway kind of belongs to China, I think, for the most part. I think Macau, I think you can go out on the water, but you have to get permits and passports to go out. So I think China has the rights, maybe all the rights to it. I don't know, but anyways, that ship has a China flag on it. And we're here on Pac On, and that was where we were just at. It was just down that way. And we're under the bridge, and I'm gonna just hang out here a little bit and read a little bit more. And that's it for Pac On Road. Hope you like this one. We had a mix of this book, a mix of some dogs, a mix of some waterfront, and all kinds of interesting Macau-ishness stuff. Say hello to my friend who came by in the car. I'm not going to say any names because I don't know if they want their names on YouTube or not, but it was really cool that she came by and did a big hello, so I really liked that a lot. That was really, really cool. Oh, and I should end over there too. That's that bridge that they're building. I think there's going to be, the train line's going to go through that as well. It's going to be a big circular one, and it'll go following that road. So I think the way they're building it, there's kind of like two sets, I think, where there's like a bridge part for a train, and I think, if I have it correct, and then later that train will go all the way to the Hong Kong, that island that goes to Hong Kong as well, and there'll be some apartments up there. Anyways, there's some more extra information for you. So we're gonna end it right there. Hey, check it out, Macau 2023. Check out some more streets. Toma cuidado la